John Mabeke. I'm a marriage relationship coach. Today I'm going to speak on why there are more widows than widowers in our society. In the family, there is a possibility of the husband dying before the wife, and this possibility is very high. Statistics reveal that grandchildren are very more likely to see their grandmother than their grandfathers. But the question is, what is responsible for this trend? There are a combination of factors, but this video is just going to analyze three of these cardinal factors. And that is age gap, risk, and responsibility. Yeah, it is a known fact that most men marry women that they are much older than. Sometimes a man marries a woman that they have a generation gap between, that is beginning from 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years, and all of that. So because of this gap, the husband is more likely to die before the wife. So that's one of the factors why you have more husbands dying than wives. The second factor is risk. And by this I mean, men are more daring and more adventurous in nature. They travel a lot. Some of them are engaged in jobs that are quite hazardous. And this, of course, affects or cuts down their lifespan. And that's why you have more fathers dying than mothers dying. And then the third, but the very important point is the fact that the responsibility that a man bears as the head of the family. You will all agree that the responsibility of headship is quite enormous. And because of this, the nature of the enormity of this responsibility, it tends to cut short the lifespan of men and husbands. They have to provide for their immediate family, men have to provide for their extended family, and they have to do a whole lot of things. Sometimes men go as far as sacrificing themselves just to take care of their family. Let me give you an example. There are cases where you find a man throughout the year, he may not buy a dress for himself, but you see him buying dresses for his children and his wife and all of that. That is the extent to which a man goes to provide for the family. And because of the anxiety that comes with the responsibility, sometimes, he begins, down the line as he ages, he begins to face problems like blood pressure issues. He begins to have issues, tendency of things like stroke, and sometimes a heart attack. So the enormity of the responsibility that a man bears in the family is huge. And that is one strong factor that makes men die much, much earlier than their wives. So from this revelation, personally, I conclude and I agree when people say that a man was made to suffer. Yeah. And this is the notion that most women have in society today, that man was made to suffer. That's why some women, basically look at men as, a ticket to poverty elevation. They are getting into a relationship basically because they want the man to take care of them, take care of their responsibilities. And sometimes I find it very funny in the course of my job as a marriage counselor, when sometimes I'm trying to discuss with couples, and then sometimes the woman may say, I paid school fees for the children. It was your responsibility. I find it funny, but it's because of this mindset that the man is supposed to bear all the burden. But when I've been saying some women. Sometimes the money of the man is our money, but the money of the woman is my money. If you're married, you can relate with this. It's a very common thing. But I'm using the adjective some women, that some women do this, some women do that, because it is not every woman that does that. There are certain women that are fantastic support system to their husbands. In fact, some have gone further to even take up responsibilities that ideally should be that of the man, and they do it without complaint. For those lucky men that have such wives, I say it and I'll say it again. When you're counting your blessings, count these women twice, because they are rare breed and they are difficult to find. So it is a reality that we find as men. It is a sad reality, but it is just what it is. My next video is going to talk about love and respect in marriage. So watch out for that.